Oh my goodness, dude. Oh no, he's wearing. Oh no. Oh no, he's got glasses on. He's got glasses on, folks. What do we. What's the plan here? He's got. Oh my god. Lily? Lily, get in here. He's got glasses on. What are. What are we gonna do? He's got glasses on. Oh my god. And you know what that means? You know what that means? He's angry. Okay? He's upset. He's mad. Above all, he's not happy. Above all, the kid ain't happy, dude. Oh no, he's wearing glasses. What are we gonna do? Oh my goodness. You know, we're supposed to have a plan. We're supposed to have a plan for this. You know, that's why I always tell everybody, it's like when you don't plan ahead. The kid's angry! Okay? And that's just what it is. Let me try to put the live stream on the TV so I can actually see chat, because otherwise the chat just goes away because it's stupid, right? Diosa, Deuce, what up? JD, what up? Bang Bang Variety Gang, that's right. Shot Simple, what up? What up, Dave? Looking like Scott Steiner with the bleached hair. Heck yeah, dude. That's what I like to hear. Big Papa Pump, dude. I'm Big Papa Pump. And he's angry. Dave, I either wanted the Bills or Lions, so now I'm going Bills all the way. Bills all the way, baby. I have a selfish reason for the Bills also, because if you've been following the saga on this channel, I've been trying to go to Buffalo to film a high-powered episode for like 3 years now, and it keeps falling through. The first trip got canceled because of the huge snowstorm. I had to fight to get all my refunds. I had to fight. Luckily, the Airbnb person was super cool, but I had to fight American Airlines to get my money back. So my selfish reason is, if the Bills win it all, next season is their last season at the Ralph. So I get to see like a championship celebration and going away party for their beloved stadium all at once. I mean, that would be awesome, right? And I always like to see a team that's never won it win it. You know what I mean? And I definitely look like Scott Steiner. Yeah! Big Papa Pump, baby! My arms are a little bigger, though. They're a little bigger than Scott Steiner's. But look, he's wearing the glasses. He's wearing the glasses. You're wearing, what's going on? And he ain't at his cubicle, right? He ain't at the he ain't at the workstation, dude. He's not in the command center. What is going on? Well, that, my friends, is why I'm angry. That is why I'm angry. Okay? So I'm going to vent about it. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm wearing these glasses and why it's so important that I get on here and I speak my truth, okay? Okay? This is serious stuff, dude. I'm a serious man. I'm a serious man. I don't have time for the goofs and the giggles, dude. I don't have time for that. Okay? Holler if you hear me, dude. Where's Buff Bagwell, dude? Which one of you's Buff Bagwell? What's up, Angel? All right, look, folks, okay? I'm sitting on my couch, dude. I got the blue lights, not for any other team except for the Warriors. Right? I change these usually depending on who's playing. If nobody's playing, I just like a nice purple, which will now be Valkyrie's purple, I guess. But the blue is when, it's Warriors season. I'll have the blue. I'll put orange for the Giants. I'll put red for the Niners, okay? And that's just how it goes. Now, there's no good yellow, so I couldn't do yellow for the Warriors. So I got to stick with the blue, okay? And I do have this light on me to make this better, so it doesn't have the same effect, the same vibe. Okay? Mason, that's what I need to explain too, and that's why I'm angry. That's why he's got the glasses on. The kid's upset, dude. The kid is upset. The kid is mad. Okay? The kid is mad. The kid is super, super angry, dude. Now let me see if this is... Dang it. So my app, how do I fix this? My YouTube app kept glitching when I was trying to go live, so that's why there's 2 lives. One of them says it's waiting. You know, there's 2. It says 2 people waiting. So there's 2 people waiting for me to go live on the other live, but I'm live on this live. You know what I mean? So thanks, YouTube app, for the glitchy glitch, right? Thank you for that. That's cool. We love it, and he's more angry now, so the glasses are staying on longer, I guess. That's just what it is, dude. That's just what it is. Now, if I can just get on my freaking app on my I got my tablet here, so I'm trying to go fix this. YouTube Studio, there we are. This is why I'm angry. Okay? Now, we had some good games other than the Chiefs game, right? We had some good games. First of all, look. The other day, or yesterday, was it? I don't know when it was, but we hit 25,000 subscribers. Now, round of applause for all of y'all. You know what I mean? Where's the beverage? Not sponsored, but it can be. Oh, tonight we're doing a nice Peace Tea. And as you pointed out, this is not sponsored by Peace Tea, but it can be. Business email in the description, Peace Tea, if any of you fine folks are watching. Okay? Let me try to fix this live thing, this glitch, you know? We love it, dude. We love... And now it's just not even showing. You know, it's not even showing on my app now. Oh, God, we love technology. We love technology. We do. We love it. And that's just how it goes, dude. We love technology. That's just how it goes. And oh, look, YouTube just did a thing for me. Look at this. Look. You have 25,000 subscribers. Congrats. That's a big achievement for your channel. View analytics. Why? So I can just be like, oh, that's not even that good for what I, you know? Not now, you know? Not now. This needs to go away, but I don't know how to make it go away. Delete. Oh, it's got like 3 of them, in fact. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. We love technology, folks, but here I am, okay? All right, are we settled now? Can I explain what's going on here? Look at my new hat, huh? Look. With the All-Star Game patch. Okay, now today I went and saw my wonderful grandmother, okay? She's in a home now. This is a new thing. It just happened this past week. So he's upset already, right? We have a big day tomorrow, a big not so good day tomorrow, although, you know, rest in peace, Dr. King, for all you did for us and for society, okay? Now I'm going to be celebrating Dr. King tomorrow and Dr. King only. Now! Didn't expect the Lions losing that game. KC going to three-peat. Don't even say it. All right. So why am I sitting on my couch? Why am I here on my couch looking like Scott Steiner? Why is he angry? Why has he got the glasses on? Well, I'll tell you, folks. I was all set to put out the WWE video. It was pretty much almost done. I was planning on having it uploaded and ready to go live tomorrow morning before the next Monday Night Raw, right? And then all of a sudden I went over to my computer, the power station, right? The Vertlife rig, right? Peace tea, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description if any of the fine folks over at Peace Tea are watching and you wanna collab. Okay. My computer was it was like off, but it was on, but it was off, right? Like there was nothing on the screen. It was just blank, but it was on. And I had left it on, I think last time I had been on it or whatever. So I'm like, well, I guess it froze or something. What's the deal here? So I reset it. And it just stops at the BIOS and it says, gives me an error and says my hard drive is not working correctly. You know. Do you know what I mean? I need a little peace tea because I'm about to get violent. He wants it to get violent, so he's got to drink peace tea. And that is the benefit of peace tea. So refreshing and calming, and it rids you of violent tendencies and thoughts. So, I have multiple hard drives in my computer, and it was the system hard drive that failed, so my computer would not boot. Okay? And my computer is very important to me because it's where I do everything I care about, right? So, I had to order a new hard drive, which won't get here till tomorrow. The good thing was I already had this external enclosure, luckily from when I replaced my laptop's drive. So I was able to take the hard drive out, okay, put it in this enclosure. Oops, that's the faulty hard drive right there, okay? I was able to put it in this enclosure, hook it up to my laptop, and save a lot of data. Again, this was my system hard drive though, so it didn't have it didn't have any videos on it or anything, but it did have like recent downloads, a bunch of music I was using for the videos, recent videos that I'm working on, and then settings and stuff like program settings and all that. I was able to save almost all of that. What's weird though, when I plug this into my laptop, it says the drive is healthy, it says the drive is fine, but when I try to copy stuff, it definitely freezes and borks out and acts stupid. So I think something is wrong with this hard drive. I ordered another with money I really wasn't planning on spending. And that was NBA All-Star Game money. But that's fine. It'll come tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to transfer everything over. I got to still figure out how to get Windows to redo my Windows on there. I'm going to have to probably get a flash drive on my laptop and put the install file for Windows on there. I don't know. But yeah, so the WWE video is obviously delayed. I won't be able to finish it for tomorrow. So hopefully by like Wednesday, I want to say it should be done. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. Unfortunately, I can't even watch it right now because it's on a dead computer. And I did get a bigger hard drive than this, which will be nice. But that's why he's angry, folks. And that's why he needs peace tea, or he'll be violent. Peace tea, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Okay, what else is going on? I got some other stuff. Okay, I got some other stuff. Blue, what up? It's not fair as a Dodgers fan. We need more pitchers. I envy Giants fan. Hey, Rob Bart, that's not nice of you. Okay? That's not nice of you. Right now, I'm so angry, I'm not going to talk about the Dodgers because I'm already too angry, and that's going to push me over the edge. Okay? I'm drinking the tears of Detroit Lions fans. Oh, man. I mean, look. It's like Rams and Eagles and like, who are we really rooting for in the NFC? I would root for the Lions over any of the other NFC teams. but obviously it doesn't matter. What about the dude? What's his name? Oh, Andrews on the Ravens, man. I mean, such a good player, and he dropped the game-tying conversion pass. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and I got to tell you, I had FOMO. I wanted to be there. I wanted to be there in the snow and the cold. But that was a good game. It's one of those things where, like, I really like Lamar. I really do. I like Derrick Henry a lot. Like, I like a lot of players on their team, but it's like the Ravens irritate me because of our history and stuff. So it's like I don't feel bad for them losing, even though I do like Lamar, and it would be cool one day to see him get over the hump. But we need to get ours first, you know? Look, honestly, I'd feel so much better about these other teams winning if we could just get ours, you know? Like, Lamar will never win anything. Can we please hammer home the narrative that he's overrated and doesn't win anything? I like Lamar. I like him. Yeah, Rogi Sasaki, Tanner Scott, and Blake Snell. So upsetting. We need to. Dude, we're not. Look, dude, we're not talking about the Dodgers today, okay? It's already been tough enough, dude. I had to visit my grandmother in her new home, her new care home, old folks home, okay? There's old people that don't know where they are, that are walking the halls and screaming and moaning. There was a lady who was looking for a jacket that she probably lost 18 years ago, and she was asking me where the jacket was. Never seen this lady a day in my life. Okay, and my wonderful grandmother's in there. Okay, it's not a bad place though. It's pretty nice. A lot of decorations and stuff. They have events and games all day long. They do beauty. They'll do their nails. They do movie nights, they do dancing, they do karaoke. Like, it, you know, it's fine, but it's still just you know, the mortality, dude. And I'm scared because I know I'm probably gonna die at 44 years old. Okay, I had to deal with that, dude, and they had to come home and do a live stream on my phone because my workstation I spent almost $10,000 on all in crashed on me and died. And I spent all my money on autographs and memorabilia and trying to save for the NBA All-Star game so I could film a high-power soul, dude, for you guys as well, okay? And then YouTube messes up when I'm trying to go live and does 3 different live streams. So then people are on the other live streams waiting for me to start the live stream, even though I already started on the new live stream, dude. And I've been up since 5 a.m. It's cold. So we're not talking about the Dodgers, dude. And I'm wearing sunglasses so you know this is serious. Okay? Thoughts on the Athletic Sacramento patch? So we're talking about this in our Discord. Please join the Discord, everybody. I actually really like the patch. But I think it's incredibly disrespectful to have the patch. But the patch itself, like the design of it, I really like. I think the patch is it's just a simple, nice design. I love that script. You know, it's like the same as the Oakland script. It's just unfortunate the circumstances. Like if it was something else, I would like it. But obviously, I think the whole thing is kind of disrespectful. Mark, dude, snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Dude, Mark. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Join the Discord, y'all. I appreciate you. It's very, very kind of you. Hope everyone spends their last 12 hours of democracy praying for everyone. Dude, tomorrow I'm celebrating Dr. King, dude. All right? Tomorrow's Dr. King Day, dude. Okay? Peace tea, everybody. Peace tea until they give us no other options. I mean, until that, you know what I'm saying. Until peace doesn't work. Okay. All right, I do have some cool things to show you guys. Okay. I'm not going to talk about the TikTok ban either because it was BS, dude. It was a political stunt. We all know it. Okay. Now, look, I got Trust me, Baltimore is extremely upset concerning our entire offensive line. Yeah, I could see some shakeups in Baltimore. I don't know if I showed you guys this hat, but like I got the Oakland Oaks. Nice new era fitted, green underbill, and it's also corduroy, if you can see. It's got the gold thread on it. I really like this one. It's a recent pickup. Might have to wear this to Oakland Fans Fest. I don't know. We'll see. Are you still going to the NBA All-Star game? Here's the rub, dude. Here's the rub. The tickets are crazy expensive right now. So I'm hoping they drop closer to the event, maybe even day of, if I can plan to be ready just in case. I mean, I want to go extremely bad. I want to go to at least one of the days, one of the games. I'm most likely going to the open practice, which is at Oracle Arena or Oakland Arena, which I'm super excited about to see Oakland Arena again. But I'm just worried. You can get day of tickets for like half price. I mean, that's what, yeah, I'm going to try to do something like that. But even half price would be ridiculous. Right now, they're like over $1,000 a ticket. So I don't know. But I definitely want to. Although I'll say this, if I don't end up going, I won't be as upset just because they changed the format and it's like not a regular game now. And the game's been a joke for a few years now, at least. So I don't know, dude, you know, like I wanted to just see a regular All-Star game. I don't, and I wanted to see them try, you know what I mean? Like, dude, God, I loved the All-Star game as a kid so much, dude. The All-Star game was the best. And then, you know, in the last, I would say like the last decade is when it really got non-competitive. And I just wish I could have gone to like the All-Star game at the Alamo Dome, like 96. Or the Phoenix, I think, was the year before. Like one of those mid-90s All-Star games. I don't know. So if I miss it, it won't be the end of the world, but I really want to go and I want to try to go. It's just money-wise, it'll be hard to swing, you know. All-Star game hasn't meant anything since Jordan retired. Yeah, you should go to the MLB All-Star game. Where is the All-Star game this year for MLB? Isn't it like Minnesota? Am I tripping? Because last year I remember going to when I went to Globe Life Field, they had all the All-Star game stuff up, and I was like, man, I wish I could go. You know? I love the All-Star game, the old rookie game. This was something I was going to show you guys. Oh, it's in Atlanta? That's cool. I did get... I don't know if I might have showed you guys this before, but I don't know if I don't know if I did, so I'm going to show you again. Just cause. Dude, I just realized usually when I live stream like this, it'll auto flip the video, but it didn't. That's really annoying. Is the ants taking over your office area? Is that why you're on the couch? No, did you not just hear me rant about my computer dying? My computer's dead right now. At least until tomorrow. Tomorrow, best case scenario, I had to buy a new hard drive, and this is an enclosure with my other hard drive. My system hard drive. So this is my faulty SSD. This was my boot drive, so it's faulty and it's not letting my computer boot. But I got this. I might have shown you guys this before, but got a nice little Allen Iverson bobblehead. They made his face a little, he's got chubby cheeks, but not too bad. Not too bad. There's another one I really want. When I find a good price for it, I'll get it. But AI is Probably my favorite player. It's either AI. It's always AI, Latrell Sprewell, and now Steph Curry. And I hate to say Steph Curry because it's like the normie answer, you know, but I can't help it, dude. I love Steph. I do have Allen Iverson up on my wall up there, slam cover, right above Tupac, right next to, this is a Goonies poster, and that is the Miwok Native Americans on a paddle kayak type thing. I forgot what they call them. Dang it, why? Can't remember the name. It was like a canoe or kayak thing that they would make out of reeds, paddling through the bay. Yeah. But I love Allen Iverson, so I got this bobblehead, which is cool. Looks more like Iverson now. I think you're in an alternate universe. Feels like it. Dodgers Fan Fest is $20 to get in. Well, you guys are rich, so you know. I got some other pickups to show you guys. This was a fun starting lineup pickup. It's a dual classic doubles. It's Barry and Bobby Bonds. So you got Barry sliding. You got Bobby Bonds, his father, right? His padre. So I thought this was cool. I got this for like $7 or something. I like the cards. You know? Pretty cool. The Bobby Bonds actually kind of looks like him. Usually starting lineups do not look like the player very much. And they always reuse the molds, right? Like they don't actually mold the players' bodies. That's why they all look exactly the same. Like, for example, with the Barry Bonds one, they got the stirrups, but he did not have the stirrups, you know, stirrup socks. And then these jerseys didn't have this big white-orange stripe. So starting lineups are always kind of hokey, which is, I don't know, part of the fun for me. I really like them. But I thought that was a fun pickup. It's okay to be a homer, man. I'm still a huge Cal Ripken fan. Nah, it's just about like, cause Steph is odd. Like if you ask any Warriors fan, they're gonna say Steph, you know, and it's like, I don't like the normie answers, but Steph has won me over, dude. He's right here. He's right there. Okay. Okay. He's right there, dude. Latrell Sprewell's up there too, so. And I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, I got a bunch of Latrell Sprewell cards, including an autograph card, which I'm really excited about. I wouldn't have spent all this money on like souvenirs and merch though if I knew my computer was gonna die. Also, before I got a couple more things to show you guys, but also I am trying to get some things done. This is super preliminary, okay? Do not hold this against me or hold me to it. I mean, this is what I meant. I am hoping to possibly, this also depends on the All-Star game and all that, depending on money, okay? And look, I'm serious, so I'm going to take the glasses off, okay? Wow, everything's way brighter than I thought. This phone's bright, everything's bright. Maybe do this because I'm used to it now. I'm hoping to get some like cool merch and might possibly have a table or a partial table at Oakland Fans Fest. So if you go to Oakland's Fans Fest, we might have some cool stuff to sell. But this is all super preliminary. I'm trying to figure out if I can get things done. I basically started the process of getting some stuff, but I just have to pay as money becomes available each step. And that reminds me too, I have all these boxes and stuff. I'm getting ready to ship everything out to everybody that won on the giveaway a couple weeks ago. I apologize for the delays. I was just waiting to get paid, and then when I got paid, my computer died, and I'm just trying to get it all together. So apologies for the delays, but I mean, it's free stuff too, so But yeah, hopefully we'll be at Oakland's Fans Fest with some stuff. And then this, man, I found this for actually really cheap. And I've gotten a few of these. I showed you guys one of these last week. But one of my favorite, old time players, one of my favorite pitchers of all time, the guy who heckled me while I took batting practice at AT&T Park. I got another Vita Blue autographed card. I already had this card actually, but I got an autographed version of it. And I got this for super cheap as well. I got this for like $15. So another steal there. Yeah, good old Vita, man. R.I.P. I found a picture of him from like his last public appearance at the Coliseum for the reunion day they had in, I want to say 2023. And man, he was looking rough. He had a cane. Someone had to help him walk out to the field for the reunion ceremony, which was crazy because when I took batting practice at AT&T Park, it was only a few years before that. And I guess it was more than a few years. It was like 2017, 2018. So I guess five years before that, at least. But it doesn't seem that long. But to see like how much further downhill he was crazy, man. Because like when he was at AT&T Park, when I was there, like he was fine. He was walking around. He's like everything was normal. And then just like 5 years later, he can barely walk. It's like weird, Like time is scary, man. But maybe I'm just thinking about it because my grandma. I don't know. But I'm happy about that pickup. And then the last one I'm gonna show you guys. And join the Discord. We organized the rooms better. Now we have a collectibles, pickups, grails, finds room where you can show your collections. You can show, jerseys. You can show whatever cool stuff you have, or just discuss cool stuff you want. I've really gotten into it lately. Obviously, Gabe has been big into it too, and the Discord is a joint Discord with Gamer Athletics. So definitely join it. Check it out. We talk about our collections all the time, and it's fun. So my next one I'm really excited about. You can get this for really cheap too. I got this for like $12 maybe, but I got the Ryell Brooks Moon bobblehead. This is for the giant race, so she's like running a marathon. I love this. I'm super excited about this. Bay Area Throwbacks has sent me a link to this. I had to get it. I love Ryell. I miss Ryell. She was, if you're not aware of who she was, I grew up with her on the radio. So she was on a radio station called 106 KMEL when I was a kid in the morning. So me and my mom would listen to her in the morning when my mom would take me to school. And then in 2000, when the Giants built then Pac Bell Park, she became the PA announcer. I think she was the first African-American PA announcer, something along those lines. Maybe first African-American female announcer, but it might just be first in general. And she was the voice of Pac Bell Park, SBC Park, AT&T Park, Oracle Park, up until last season. You guys may remember, but I rallied against it. They fired her for BS reasons. And, she helped create this culture of this team and this stadium that we absolutely loved. And she was done wrong. And there's various theories about why. None of them make sense. And that's not what she wanted. Now, some people say she demanded too much money or whatever, and then some people, there's a whole lot of things, but it doesn't matter. She was worth the money. She should have had that chair and that microphone as long as she wanted it, and she was pushed out, unfortunately. And you may remember as well that when I went to Rickwood Field, I saw her. She was there, and I had to go. I told you guys on the live stream, but it's in the video, but I didn't show the ins and outs in the video, but I told you guys on the live stream. I had to kind of get mischievous on how I could get to her because I wanted to talk to her and just tell her how much I appreciated her. And I'll tell you the story real quick, just because it's funny. But this, she was, sorry, I'm trying to remember how it started. So she was shown on the big screen, right? Because Rickwood Field, that game was a tribute to the Negro Leagues. And her being, the first black PA announcer, they showed her on the big screen, which was really cool. And I was like, oh, she's here. So I looked at the big screen and saw what color seat she was in, because there was different colored seats in different sections of Rickwood Field. And I was looking around at those colored seats and I couldn't find, I think she was in, I want to say she was in a red seat. So I was looking at all the red seats, something like that. And I couldn't find it. And there was this usher, this young kid. I mean, not super young, he's probably like 20. He was working there and I was talking to him earlier. So I went up to him like, hey, do you know where Ryell is, the lady they just showed? But he was like a 20-year-old from Alabama. So he didn't even know who Ryell was, right? So he's like, oh, I'm not sure. There was this other girl working the event that I saw when I went to the Tuesday game. This was on Thursday. I saw her around Rickwood Field the whole week. And she had a headset on, a clipboard, like she was official. She was standing there when I was asking, like nearby. And he was like, oh, I'm not sure. I was like, oh, it's all good. I'll keep looking. And I started to walk away, and I noticed the girl with the clipboard and the headset started following me. So I'm like, oh no, is she gonna am I in trouble now? I thought she was gonna come up to me and be like, hey, leave the special guests alone. Leave Ryell alone. Get out of here, you scamp, right? That's what I expected. And I'm like, oh no, she's coming right at me. So I was just gonna play dumb, And I just stopped and I was like, I'm gonna just wait for her to walk up and just see what happens. She walks up to me and just leans in and says the exact section and seat that Ryell's sitting in. She didn't even say hi. She said section 33, row 1, seat 4. That's all she said. I was like, oh, you're the best. I thought you were about to kick me out and ban me. But instead, she told me exactly where Ryell was, right? So I go over to where Ryell is. She's sitting right down. It's a really small section. As you guys know, Rickwood Field was tiny. Really small section right in the front. So I'm right above her, right? And I could see her now. And there's about 6 rows maybe. I go down these steps. There's 6 rows. But right where I need to go, there's an usher. So I'm like, man, if I go down there, and she has empty seats next to her, right? I'm like, if I go down there, is he going to stop me? And I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, I'm trying to look for an opening, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me just act like I belong and just go right down. So I go to move. Literally, I'm in slow motion. I go to walk down. And who comes into her row and sits down next to her? The home run king, Barry Bonds. Oh, no. Oh, no. My plan is foiled by the GOAT himself. Because now I'm not going to walk up. Hey, excuse me, Barry. Hey, Barry, shut up. I need to talk to Ryell. You know what I mean? What? So I kind of just eased back, right? I'm not going to interrupt Barry Bonds. So I was like, you know what? I'll just keep filming and just kind of hover around here and keep my eye open and see if, there's an opening. I didn't want to force it. And luckily, probably about 10 minutes later, I actually saw her standing up on the stairs, coming like she was leaving, but she was stopping to talk to a row of ladies that were in the back row for that small section. So I go and I'm standing at the top of the stairs and they're right down below me. And after a few minutes, one of the ladies she's talking to kind of points at me and tells Ryell, like, I think he might be waiting for you. And I was like, I'm sorry to bother. I just, I wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I said, I'm heartbroken. I think some of this is in the video, the Rickwood video. And I said, I'm heartbroken. She said, I am too. And that made me sad. And I told her how much, my mom loved her. How my mom was a big fan of her. And how much she meant to us, on that ride every morning listening to her, and how much she meant to me at Oracle Park, all the years of, great experiences and moments with friends and family that I got to spend at, my favorite ballpark, watching my favorite team with my favorite PA announcer, setting the tone, setting the mood, reading the lineup at the beginning of the game every day. And she was super sweet to me. She gave me a hug. I forgot to take a picture with her, so I went back after and asked if I could get a picture. We took a picture together. And so yeah, and I'm actually trying to reach out to her to see if I can get an autograph to go with this, because like I told you guys, I'm building a display case. I'm going to put this. I was thinking about putting the picture of me and her in a little frame and like putting it behind it. And then if I can get like her autograph or something, that'd be cool, because people like this just mean a lot to me, because I feel like they're the unsung heroes. We talk about the big names. We talk about the Buster Posies and Tim Lincecums and Madison Bumgarners and stuff. But people like her are the culture builders and the people who just add that detail, that spice to an experience, and make it feel like home. And people like this need to be celebrated. They need to be appreciated. And I love when teams do that and when fan bases do that. And I think I told you guys, but when I went to Globe Life Field in Texas, Chuck Morgan, their PA announcer, has a whole entire office that you can see from the concourse. You can walk by, you can knock on the door if you were a jerk and bother him while he's doing PA announcing. A beautiful office filled with memorabilia and all that, and you can literally sit there and watch him work. And to me, that was beautiful, and to me, that's what Ryell should have had at Oracle Park. And the Giants are usually so good at that. When you think about Murph, the clubhouse manager, he got a plaque, right? He's really appreciated. So yeah, that's why this means so much to me, why it meant so much to me to go talk to her and tell her I appreciated her as a fan, and why she will have a little section of my display case along with my Barry Bonds autograph ball, my Willie Mays autograph ball, and all the other cool stuff I'm going to have in there. So, give people their flowers when they deserve it, is my point. Just watched the old Sacramento Stadium about your friend getting the glow sticks. Where did he get them? Oh, he just said he found them. That was my brother. He said my cousin found them. So my cousin found them in a bag. So we were kind of just going through all that stuff, and that's like when we found the free Jumbo Jacks coupons and all kinds of weird stuff in there. And man, I wish I could have just pulled up a U-Haul and took all that stuff out, But yeah, the glow sticks were just like in a box or something. We were just kind of going through everything and just found all kinds of crazy stuff. What up? Regular K1D. How do you say? Oh, regular kid? Regular kid music? I was at Raw last Monday. You were sitting behind me. That's dope. My video was supposed to be out tomorrow, but it'll be out in a couple days. I also grew up with Ryell, listening on the radio all the way back to 1986. That's what I'm talking about, Mark. Ryell, man, Bay Area icon, legend, and she deserves her flowers. Gabriel, you are late to the Sunday night live stream, so I'm not explaining again why I'm sitting here on this couch. But just know I'm wearing sunglasses, so I'm angry, dude. So don't push my buttons here. Do not push my buttons, dude. Okay? You can watch the beginning, 45 minutes of the live stream that you missed, dude. You can watch that, and I talk all about why I'm sitting here on my couch. Okay? I'm always angry? No, I'm not, dude. I'm a sweetie pie. I'm never angry. Hardly ever. It's very, very rare that I'm ever angry. I'm a sweetheart. I'm cool, calm, and collected. Cool as a cucumber, dude. Cool as a cucumber. And that's why I'm drinking peace tea. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description if any of the fine folks over at Peace Tea are watching. And that'll take me to basically my first topic here. Because I went and hounded Ryell, right? I think he needs a Taco Bell late night run. I probably do. So I've never really been the type to go get autographs, to really say anything to celebrities. Until recently. More recently, I'm like, you know what? You only live once. And I usually don't bother celebrities, but I might fist bump them or something, you know? Like Snoop Dogg, who just broke my heart. But that's neither here nor there, right? Snoop Dogg just... I fist bumped him at the NBA Finals. That was in my video. Just little things like that. But I don't like to bother him too much, you know what I mean? Hold on. I'm trying to find a photo to show you guys for my next part, because since I don't have the regular setup, I can't just put it on the screen like normal. And of course it wants me to update the app. Gabriel, you're part of this story that I'm about to tell, so buckle up, dude. You're gonna get roasted, dude. All right? You're gonna get roasted. Damn, what else was I gonna say, dude? I don't know. I don't know. You know, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, dude. World's ending tomorrow anyways. Cares about any of it. Come on. Let me find this picture. Okay. So you guys may have seen this. This is what I want to talk about. Let's see if you guys can see that. Oh, and then it turns off. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, we love it. We love that, don't we? Okay. Did you guys see this story? If not, I will explain it. See the jersey swap with Victor Wembanyama and a kid? And it's the awesome San Antonio jerseys that I absolutely love. Love those jerseys. Again, I would show you guys better, but my computer blew up. So if you didn't see it, Victor Wembanyama did a jersey swap with a young kid. A young kid, dude. The young kid had a really tiny little Wemby jersey, and Wemby gave him the jersey off his back, which was the fire, absolutely fire, new San Antonio City Connects, City Statement, whatever they're called, dude. There are too many jerseys. I don't remember. I don't remember the name. Statement, City, whatever. All right. Are you into cryptocurrency? Not really. I've made money off it, but I'm not like really super into it like that. By the way, I have a brand new spare 10 terabyte drive that I can send you if you need a hard drive. Nah, it's all good. I just need my system drive. Pretty sure Gilbert Arenas bought it. Wow. All right, so Wemby does the swap for this kid, and less than a week later, that Wemby jersey is up for auction with a starting bid of like $10,000. Okay. Oh man, I'm keeping the glasses on because he's angry. That right there shows the primary reason why I've never chased like autographs and stuff. People like that ruin it. They destroy the culture. And obviously it's never going to go away. It's been part of it forever. That's just how it is. I get it. But that doesn't mean I'm not more upset. I mean, I'm not still upset. Now, the thing is, like, there's always... Look, with everything looming on the horizon in our country as well, like, it just sucks knowing there's always going to be selfish people. You know? It's like no matter what we do, we can never have nice things because there's always selfish people. There's always a billionaire trying to make another $1 billion, right? There's always some low-life loser that's going to try to skim off the top or scam people because they don't want to put in an honest day's work. You know, like, no matter what you do, there's a portion of people that is selfish and entitled and arrogant about it. And it sucks, dude. It sucks. Now, look, I saw comments about it where people were like, oh, well, what if they needed the money? Or maybe that money's going to the kid's college fund or whatever. I don't care, dude. I don't care. Okay? First of all, how'd you get down to courtside? Huh? If you need the money that bad, how is your feet touching wood right now? I've never been that close to the players at a game. Right? How'd you get down there? How'd you get Wemby's attention from those cheap nosebleed tickets? Huh? I don't want to hear it, dude. I don't want to hear it. And the thing is, it's not like Wemby... Look, if Wemby said... invited them and was like, I know you guys are underprivileged, or you guys are in poverty, right? And he's like, here's a jersey you can auction off, make some money. If he said that, sure, but that's not what it was about. They're taking advantage of it, you know? Peace to you, everybody. They're taking advantage of that moment. And I mean, I feel bad for that kid because he might look back on it like, I wish I had that jersey. Or the kid doesn't even realize what happened because he's too young, because he looks super young. You know? That's something to inquire about buying it. He's the reason buying it was that he'd be able to get it signed. It would be worth $200K plus in a few years. 10 years, I don't think it's worth that much. That's after Wemby wouldn't hand out as many worn jerseys anymore. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. Like, but yeah, this is the thing too. When people were like, "Oh, well, he gave them the jersey so they can do what they want. Maybe they needed the money." Blah blah. Either way, Wemby was upset about it. Wemby replied to the tweet with like a facepalm emoji. So even Wemby thought it was stupid. That's not why he gave him the jersey. He gave him the jersey so that kid would grow up with this incredible, incredible memory. That's why he gave him the jersey. And it's like people like that just ruin everything, dude. They ruin everything. Those types of people, that way of thinking, that mindset is the reason for so many annoying rules we have and regulations that we have to adhere to. If it wasn't for people like that, dude, you know how much easier society would be, where there wouldn't be all these rules and laws that we have to follow. Like if we just did it, if we just acted like we had some sense. You know what I mean? Every time when you try to re-log into an app and you have to do two-factor authentication and it doesn't work, then you got to reset your password, blah, blah. All that is because of people like that hacking into your stuff, right? We need two-factor authentication because of people like that. Dude. We have to have security guards. We have to, when we go to an event, we have to go through metal detectors and all that stuff because of selfish people. Because of idiots. Imagine if we were all just kind and empathetic, dude, and not selfish and just cared for each other. Imagine how much smoother and easier life would be, how much more efficient it would be if we didn't have to go through TSA. And yes, the kid's parents selling his jersey makes me think of that stuff like that, okay? Look, I might be crazy or I might be a genius. But when someone does one thing, one little move, I can trace the lineage of that action to different behaviors, okay? Now, look, this is the example I always use. When someone doesn't use a blinker and just cuts someone off, like if someone in front of me doesn't use their blinker and just gets over right in front of me, that person is basically Joseph Stalin to me, dude. They're basically Mao, dude. They're basically Hitler. Is that crazy? No, it's not. Okay? Because if you took that person who was so selfish and so unconcerned with anyone else but them, that didn't use their blinker, if you just took the knob and just dialed up their power and authority, just kept dialing it up step by step, eventually they're a dictator and they're killing people. They're committing genocide. Is that crazy or is that genius? I think it's genius. Peace to you, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. So yes, those people taking advantage of Wemby's kindness to try to do something for this kid and then just turning it around and trying to sell it, they ruin the experience. And you know, I'm a big sneakerhead. Sneaker resellers ruin the experience because they're just middlemaning. They don't need to exist. They only exist for themselves. They're not creating a service that helps people. Like if there's a sneaker marketplace where people want to sell their sneakers to other sneakerheads and stuff, then it makes sense. But sneaker resellers that just buy up all the inventory and then resell it for profit, they are literally doing nothing but leeching off people. That's all they're doing. They're not doing anything valuable or useful to anybody. Oh, it's just like the healthcare system, ain't it? Oh, we pay the healthcare insurance companies and then they pay. Why do they exist? So anyways, you know, where's Luigi when you need him? Luigi should have jumped in and took that jersey from that kid. Uh-oh. I'm just saying, dude. People ruin it. So that's one of the reasons I never really tried to get autographs or like, I hated seeing the group of people yelling at the athlete or celebrity for an autograph. I hated that because I just was like, I don't know if you're genuine or not. Now, Gabe, you come into the story here because there's people like Gabriel who are trying to get autographs because he loves it, because he wants the autograph, because he loves the player. Or sometimes he's getting an autograph for a friend, but he is not getting the autograph to be like, ooh, I'm going to resell this. Like, oh, I don't really care about this player, but I'm going to pretend to be a huge fan so I can get this autograph and resell it. Right? So like Gabe and people like Gabe should be the only ones getting autographs. If you are getting an autograph just to resell it, you shouldn't be there. You should be doing something else. You should be, I was going to say something really mean. You should be bleeding out in a ditch somewhere. People just ruin everything, man. Go to Disneyland, see how many selfish people you see. Selfish, dude. And it's not everybody, right? I wouldn't even say it's half. It's like, but it's a good portion. It's enough to really ruin society, dude. You know? And yes, dude, I'm going on this rant because of one Wemby jersey. But like I said, I trace the lineage of these mindsets and these thought processes and these actions to selfish, terrible people, dude. You don't think tomorrow's new commander-in-chief, you don't think he would sell the Wemby jersey? He would sell it immediately, dude. Okay? I hate sneaker resellers. Me too, dude. Dad's lucky Wemby doesn't play for the Hornets. They would have gotten a pick for the gram and gave the kid $30 gift card. I think they ended up giving the PS5 eventually, though, because of the backlash. But anyways, look. You know what, too? Like, if I go to get an autograph, like, I don't want that player to look at me like, are you just a reseller? Like, no, I really actually love you. No, I love you to death, okay? No, Mr. Posey, I will die for you. I'm not reselling your autograph. That's what I'm going to tell him, because I'm going to try to get his autograph. Hopefully, like, this season, that's kind of my goal. I want to get Buster Posey's autograph in person. I'm sure he'll be walking around the ballpark. I don't know. No, Mr. Posey, sir. I'm actually madly in love with you. I will never sell this. Reminds me of a video I saw today about Costco selling Pokemon cards at 50% off. Some adults were literally fist fighting. Oh, dude, I saw that video. Resellers are the worst, dude. And look, I'm a sneakerhead, right? And so much of the sneaker culture now. And look, I'm an OG sneakerhead, okay? But this is the thing. I wear what I like. There's some shoes I wear all the time that are not popping. They're not popular. They're not cool. But I don't care, right? Dude, years ago, I was wearing Bo Jackson's. The hype beasts, they didn't even know what they were. Right? Those, what are the Andre Agassi's that just came out? I had a pair of those years ago, and they thought they were whack. But then once they came out and got trendy, all of a sudden they're cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an OG sneakerhead that wears exactly what I want to wear all the time. Okay? But I'm an OG sneakerhead that waited outside of stores all night to get a pair of shoes. I got pneumonia for the Space Jams, dude. I don't know if I told you guys that story, but it was, 2 days before Christmas? I want to say it was December 23rd. Me and my boy C's, shout out C's, we went to Valley Fair in San Jose and sat outside on a bridge by one of the old parking garages, the bridge to the mall. We sat in the line there all night long. A few weeks before that, I had bronchitis, and I didn't know bronchitis like stays in your system, kind of like it. You think you're okay, but you're still bronchitis-y a little bit. The next day, dude, I had full-blown pneumonia. I got pneumonia for the Space Jams. I thought I was going to die. Oh, and that night, or in the morning, when the store finally opened, they didn't have my size by the time I got to the front, but they had my girlfriend's size at the time, so I got her shoes. I got her Space Jams. And then C's brother, my other boy, Fred, he showed up because he's like, I'm going to see if they got any more sizes. He was at Ceremony in Daly City. Look, this is real life. Bay Area sneakerheads, dude. This is history. Do you understand? Okay, he was at Ceremony with the Filipinos. I was at Valley Fair. So he came down because Valley Fair still had some like big sizes, like 14s or something. So he came down while we're in the mall looking around at some stores at like 8 a.m. Guess who shows up, dude? Guess who shows up while we're looking at the stores? About 30 police officers. And those 30 police officers points at me and says, don't put your hands in your pockets, turn around. And they grab us and search us. Real sneakerhead. Okay? Now, the cop who frisked me, he was like an older black dude. He pulls out a knife out of my pocket, okay? Just a little flip knife. Not a big deal, not a huge knife, but something I'm not supposed to have on my person, okay? He puts it in his pocket. Now we're like, what is going on? And then they explain to me, right now we're searching your car. I was like, how do you know my car? Now I had a Cadillac on 22s. Okay? We're riding big, dude. Cadillac loving, dude. Okay? Cadillac on deuces. That's how I did it, dude. I'm from the Bay Area. Okay? They march us outside. My car is surrounded by police. There's like 8 cop cars surrounding my car, and they got every door open on my car. Now, luckily, there's nothing crazy in my car. Okay? Nothing crazy. But the freaking police chief is there. For me, in my car. Now, what I do, because I'm me, okay? I'm me, and I walk around as me. My whole life, I've walked around as me. So you know what I do? I look at the police chief, and I start counting all the police. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, blah. And he starts yelling at me. Stop, yeah! Stop counting the blah, blah. So this is what happened. Me and C's, after we got to the store, we were going to wait for Fred. We went to McDonald's, got breakfast down the street, came back, parked in the parking lot. We were eating our breakfast in my car. And at some point, someone called the police and said we had a bunch of guns. So they pulled up on us like we had a bunch of guns. But we didn't. We had McDonald's breakfast, dude. We had orange juice, little cups of orange juice. And a sausage McMuffin, you know? Can't hurt anyone with this. Except for my except for my arteries, right? That's the only victim here. So they have my whole car surrounded. They have the whole thing open. Police chief starts yelling at me because I'm counting the police. And I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. And he's like, we had a credible threat or something, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, who called? Point them out to me. I want an explanation. Of course, they won't tell me who called the police. But then I also say, because my two friends, they're black and Tongan, right? I'm white. I have white privilege, but also, unfortunately, I sacrificed some of my white privilege by the way I dressed and the way I looked and the Cadillac on 22s, right? I was like, so I can just call and say anyone has a bunch of guns and you guys will come do this? Because I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. You know? So they start packing up because they didn't find anything, right? They found our McDonald's trash. Hey, do you want the sausage burrito wrapper? Is that dangerous? Is that what you guys came to look for? Get the canines out here. They might enjoy that. There might be some cheese stuck on the wrapper that the dog can enjoy. So anyways, they hemmed us up in the mall, march us out of the mall in front of everybody for nothing. So then, guess what? Remember the knife? Remember the knife? As everyone's leaving and they're letting us go, that police officer that had my knife, he walks up to me and he slyly hands me back the knife and says, "You're not supposed to be carrying that. Be careful." A real one, dude. Every once in a while, you run into a real one. I thank that guy every day because they could have charged me with that and affected the whole rest of my life. But he didn't. Real one, dude. Okay? And he probably sensed that I have a kind heart and I'm a sweetie pie. So he's like, it's okay that he has this knife, right? So then, as we're leaving, I'm going to drive home. My mom calls me freaking out. All right? She says, there's 2 detectives here looking for you. Two detectives at my mom's front door looking for me. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're cool, whatever. And she's like, yeah, they said they're waiting for you. They're not leaving. I'm like, oh, great. So I pull up to the house. They're there. We talk it out. I explain the whole thing. They were nice enough, and then they left. My point is, I hate sneaker resellers, okay? I'm an OG sneakerhead. I'm just saying the resellers are ruining it, dude. And they don't get it. They only care about what's hot, what's popping, what's trendy. They're not in it for the right reasons, okay? And I honestly think that basically let's say the original colorways or like bread colorways maybe, like 1 through 14, 1 through 15 Jordans, they should be ubiquitous. They should be like Chucks, where you can just get them at any time. And then sneakerheads would be like, oh, but that then the value drops because anyone can get them. They're not cool anymore. I don't care, dude. I saw Jordan win 6 championships in those shoes. They'll always be cool to me, dude. You're in it for the wrong reasons, buddy. You're in it for the wrong reasons. And I can't save you. Uh-oh, I just pulled a muscle. I just pulled a muscle. Sometimes you got to commit to the bit, folks. And I got a cramp. Look, dude, Kai Cenat could never. I'm better than him, dude. Peace tea, everybody. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. I'm a serious man, dude. Sup, Ruben? Where did this incident happen? That happened at Valley Fair Mall in San Jose. Great job selling the bit. Thanks, man. What's up, Bay Area Aviation? Why you look high? I am not high. I am high on life. Because I'm a serious man. I cramped up for the bit. That's the best story I've ever told on here. So much better than Kai Cenat. It's crazy, dude. So much better. So anyways, I'm an OG sneakerhead, and the resellers ruin it. The kids' parents that tricked Wemby into giving them a jersey so that they could resell it ruined it. They all ruined it, dude. And I'm not gonna bite my tongue any longer, dude. Me and Ryell, dude, we're here. We're here. And it's just not, it's not a game anymore. I'm a serious man. Vita Blue understands me. Okay? Now, look, if, let's say like with an athlete, they can't just go around signing autographs for everybody that wants one. So when they do like an autograph signing for like, a private company or organization or card shop, and then that card shop has those autographs to resell, I'm cool with that. That doesn't bother me. Like, I'm pretty sure that's where this came from, because I think there was more of like the same card signed from the same people, I think. So like that, I get, that makes sense, because Vita Blue can't be everywhere, right? Well, he can't be anywhere now, unfortunately. Did I do that right? I don't know if I did, but bless his soul, okay? Like that I get, but like the people who just like yell and scream for the celebrity, or even worse, have their kid run up to the player to like get their autograph and then like just turn around and resell it. Like, I just feel like that's off limits, man. Like, any of the kids who get like a player's cleats or batting gloves, or like receivers give away their gloves, like anyone who does that just to resell it, I think you're garbage. And I think you're the reason that society is not closer to perfect, because that mindset permeates in everything. It permeates in every aspect of society, and that kind of selfishness ruins everything, dude. Ruins everything. It's the reason we don't have nice things. It's the reason everybody doesn't have food. It's the reason why there's still starving people. It's the reason why prices keep going up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hate it, dude. I hate it. That's all. So I'm glad Wemby like responded to it and like kind of called him out a little. I mean, he didn't really call him out. He just responded to it, where obviously he was not thrilled with what happened. So I appreciate that, because a lot of times they just will bite their tongue or whatever. In better news with that, though, did you guys see the lady? This was something I wanted to show, but of course my computer died, so I can't. But it was an older lady, and she keeps a journal of Warriors games and Steph Curry stats. So she like watches every game and keeps a journal with all the stats, and she went viral for it. She's a huge Steph Curry fan, so she went viral, and then Steph Curry sent her a video message and invited her to a game. So she must live on the East Coast, because he invited her to a game in Brooklyn in March. And I saw the video of her watching Steph's video, and it was heartwarming. It was really cool. I love when players do cool stuff like that, you know. Now, hopefully she doesn't turn around and sell the experience, you know. Hey, sorry, Steph, I couldn't make it. I sold the opportunity to this guy for $6,000, you know. Bobby Bonds and Barry Bonds, everybody. All right. He's still angry, folks. What else can we talk about? Who else? Is anyone still watching this? Why would anyone watch this? Why would anyone watch this? You getting that cramp reminded me when I got a terrible leg cramp. 15 feet in the air while I was climbing a tall rope during basic training. Drone instructors made fun of me for a bit after. Dude, oh man, that's one of the worst places I could imagine getting a leg cramp. For embarrassment. I guess there's more dangerous places to get a leg cramp. There's other embarrassing places I've gotten a leg cramp, but we try to keep this channel family friendly, so we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that, but you guys use your imagination. All right, let's talk about the playoffs, the reskins. Hey, the commies are good, man. Commies are good. I love Jaden Daniels, Adam Peters, and Bob Myers. Right, Adam Peters is, man, what a football mind. Super underrated. A huge loss for the 49ers. Bob Myers knows how to build championship teams, right? Doesn't matter the sport, apparently. Man, they turned that franchise around quick, didn't they? I think next year, I don't know. I mean, they could go on a run this time, but I feel like next year is really the test for them. But they're a fun team, man. I just wish they had better jerseys. Wish they had better jerseys. Commanders is a boring generic. Commanders, I kind of like. It's kind of grown on me. I'm starting to like it. But I know that's an unpopular opinion. But hey, they're good, man. They're good. They're a good team. I'm still bitter that I didn't get to go see RFK Stadium. But yeah, they're exciting. But I'm going for the Bills. You got good owners, you'll have good teams. You got bad owners, you get dysfunction. Absolutely. Starts from the top. From the top down. Ravens genuinely have the worst luck in the postseason. Luck or just lack of execution? I don't know. I don't know on that one. It was a fun game to watch. Real sloppy, but fun game to watch. It's a safe space now. Let out your anger on the Dodgers. No, we're not talking about the Dodgers, dude. I just cramped up, dude. I just cramped up because I was trying to be funny. Not trying to be. I was, dude. I was hilarious. I'm so much funnier than Kai Cenat. I love Kai Cenat, dude. I don't watch him, but I love him. He seems like a good dude. But he can't hold a candle to the Sunday night live stream. That's just what it is. Lamar seems to either get the yips or everything just crumbles around him. Look, I thought Lamar played all right. I was kind of in and out of the game, so maybe I'm wrong, but he seemed to play fine. I mean, it was 20 degrees in the snow, but he made some good throws there. I don't know. I've been watching any more hockey, only a little bit, not as much as I want to, because there's been so many other games on at the same time, but I'm definitely going to be watching more hockey. Imagine instead of the Commanders, they call themselves the Warriors as well. I would have hated that. You've been say the 49ers have the worst luck in the postseason. Worst luck or worst reffing? Or am I just bitter? Who knows? You wanted Red Tails? Red Tails was cool. Red Tails was definitely a cool... Red Wolves was out there. I think someone had said Warthogs or something. That would have been cool. I don't know. Commanders is growing on me, though. Rob Bart's writing a bunch of gibberish. None of that means anything to me. Wouldn't be surprised if Lamar turned into Dan Marino. Great QB, but never able to win it all. I mean, winning it all is hard, man. I wouldn't hold it against him. I like Lamar. I enjoy watching Lamar, so. Losing the Super Bowl isn't bad luck. Chiefs obviously have the best team. They got the rest on their side. Yeah. I mean, if you guys saw the in the Discord and on Instagram, I posted a stat about the Chiefs' penalties the last 5 years, and it's insane. They basically in the playoffs, the other teams have been penalized twice as much as them. Yeah, things that make you go, you know? Maybe the Giants will be first in the NL West. Hope so. Heard that franchise acknowledging the Redskins again? I haven't heard that. I don't know. Commanders is growing on me. I'm telling you. I don't know why, but I kind of like it. I think it's just different. I don't know. It's just different, and I appreciate that. I don't know. The Warriors need to turn it around. Okay. What else is going on? Oh, yeah, just to throw it out there again, I've been talking about it, but I will be at Giants Fan Fest. I'll be at Oakland Fans Fest. And I will also be at the Rickey Henderson Celebration of Life at the Oakland Arena. I will be there. I'll never get over the redo against the Bengals. We're going from 4th and 11 to 3rd and 10. What's going on with the Ballers? Are they playing this coming season? Yes, they should be. Oakland Fans Fest is March 1st at Raimondi Park. See you there. We might have some cool stuff. Me and Gamer Athletics might have some cool stuff for folks. Hope us Niners can win it at Levi. We're undefeated at Levi in the postseason. Well, I'd rather win it this year than next. Or is it this coming season with the Super Bowl, or is it the season after? Because they say 2026. So does that mean the end of the 2025 season, or 2027, the end of 2026 season? You know what I mean? The thing is, if the Niners make it to the Super Bowl and I'm able to get tickets, I'm gonna want to go. But I don't want my first and probably only Super Bowl I ever attend to be at Levi's. Like, I'm there all the time. You know? If I go to a Super Bowl, I want it to be somewhere special. I want it to be like New Orleans, or I gotta like fly there. And Commanders are gonna start selling retro merchandise under the Redskins name. Oh wow! They also unveiled a plaque honoring the chief with their old logos based off of, with his family's blessing. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think the name needed to go personally, but the honoring of the chief in the logo and all that, I think that was totally fine. So I wouldn't have cared. It wouldn't have bothered me, or I wouldn't have had any ill thoughts if they would have come up with another name that was similar. But just Redskins is that's a little too sharp. You know what I mean? Are you renewing your season tickets? They're already renewed since it's the new year. I didn't opt out. So yeah, I'm already on a payment plan. And the ticket prices went up. So it sucks. And our schedule is so whack this year. Like, I think it's a good schedule for us. Like, it might be a soft schedule, it's looking like, but no exciting games. Like, no exciting home games. Because usually there's like at least 2 or 3 where it's like, oh, I can sell those and maybe make a little money back. But this year, it's all whack bunk teams where I'm going to have a tough time selling the tickets. So, and then they raise the prices. Like, there's no Cowboys. There's no Packers. You know, like there's no premier teams that sell a lot. Yeah, single game ticket price might go down because of the matchups. That's what I'm saying, man. You should be able to go because a lot of boring teams we're playing. Texans and Buck away games, the only ones I see is legit primetime games. Yeah, it's all our home games are just hopefully that means a soft schedule though. Hopefully we make the playoffs then. But like, for a season ticket holder who doesn't want to go to every game and they raise the prices, so I'd like to sell some, it's not cool. Making 49er vids again? Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Definitely. He's back, folks. He's back. You know? Was there anything else I was going to talk about? So I actually had a lot of things to talk about, but I needed the computer, so I'm going to have to wait till next week for some of the other stuff, because I want to do, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, dude. That's just how it goes. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. That's my guarantee. Been dropping content this week? Oh, dude, I got to check it out. Are you going to any Giants games? Yes, absolutely. I want to go to a lot of Giants games. And I mentioned before, I got the Frontier Airlines Go Wild Pass, where you get free flights. I'm going to try to use that to take last minute trips to check off more stadiums throughout the baseball season. I'd like to go see my niece. There's a couple other things I want to do. Hopefully that pass helps, and I'm going to do a video when I use the pass and stuff, and then once towards the end of the year, I'll try to do like a review video or show you guys my experience with that pass. You know? Do you agree that Levi Stadium is way too hot during day games? Absolutely. Absolutely. They need to put a cover on it, but they won't because of the airport, they say. Which is ridiculous. On your computer, are you an Intel or AMD guy? Always been an Intel guy, but I don't remember the specifics, but I know in the last couple years some things have changed. And if I was to build another computer, I might go AMD now. Intel did some shady stuff. I forgot. I can't remember what it was. But I might go AMD in the future. System tried to take you out tonight, but I'm glad you're still in the race. Still in the race. Still in the race. We're not dropping out. We're not dropping out. What are your thoughts on the MIM benefits? I like them. I like them. Otherwise, like, I think I mentioned this before, but typically for football games, I don't eat at games. I'm just too amped up. There's just too much going on. I'm really weird. Like, when I get food, like, let's say I get takeout somewhere, I will come home. I will set my place. I will have a show on. I will put on my comfy clothes. Everything has to be perfect before I start eating. So eating on the go, I don't really like to do. And I don't like to eat at games that much because it's just a hassle to me, like sitting there with my knees all touching, you know, all together, trying to not spill. I hate that. So normally I don't eat, but with those benefits, I make it a point to eat. And it's been very helpful. And then if I go with someone, you know, they're not as weird as me, right? Not as cool or as handsome or as charming or charismatic as me either, but that's fine. So they may want to eat, so that's perfect. I'm like, dude, we get free food, dude. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. I got this, right? So yeah, it's been really cool. I appreciate that benefit for sure. You see the Giants promos for the summer? Pretty awesome bobbleheads. Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna try to get the Barry Bonds one for sure. And what was the other one? It was Barry and dang it, what was the other one? There was another great one. Why did I just blank? But the Barry Bonds one I want for sure. But it's a Dodgers game, so I know the tickets are going to be stupid, but I'm going to try. And I'm a bobblehead guy now. Oh, my goodness, dude. I wasn't a bobblehead guy, and Gabe and Bay Area Throwbacks, dude, pulled me in. And now I'm over here with Rennell Brooks Moon bobbleheads. Goodness, dude. Here we go, you know? Planning on going to Eureka. That's cool. I've never been to Eureka. I have a list of stuff to film up there, though. Dylan, do you see the Giants promo for the summer? Yes. Some cool stuff. I'm excited. Different part of the apartment I see. What's up, Rye Guy? Yeah, my computer is dead right now, so I'm on the couch. Levi being super hot could have been avoided, too, but they just didn't redesign it. Yeah, exactly. They took the same exact design that they were going to do in Hunters Point, and they just moved it south and didn't change it because they're cheap. Like I said a million times, all the owners suck, okay? All the owners suck. As much as Jed has been better. He took his hand off his thumb off what's the phrase? I don't know. He stopped meddling. Okay, he stepped back. He found a good GM, a good coach, and he's just letting them do their thing because he was meddling too much, and everyone hated him. So he's done some good things, right? But every owner would stab you in the back if they really needed to. Thumb on the pulse? No, not pulse, like controls or something. I don't know. Yeah, so... Oh, the Matt Chapman one. That's the one, yeah. Matt Chapman, Gold Glove. Oh, and the Steph Curry. That's right. I want to get all three of them. The Steph Curry was the other one I was thinking of. I want them really bad. But yeah, look, they all suck, and the fact that they ended up in Santa Clara is just a shame. Obviously, it didn't get the same kind of hate and vitriol that some of the other moves of teams got, because they're still in the Bay Area, so it's not the end of the world on that front, but like, they shouldn't have moved to Santa Clara. They only went to Santa Clara because Santa Clara was like, we'll give you all this money, right? And Gavin Newsom was the mayor of San Francisco at the time. He was like, we're not giving you a blank check, so figure it out. Which is what every mayor should be telling these teams. And other mayors have, unfortunately, and they got shafted, right? Like San Diego voted against it because they're like, no, Spanos, we're not just giving you a blank check. And so he left. He moved the team, right? But at the end of the day, that's what these cities need to do. It just sucks when it doesn't work out and then the team actually leaves. But look, the 49ers ownership did the same exact thing. They're no better than any of these other owners. And like I said, some of what Jed's done, I'm cool with, I appreciate, but at the end of the day, I don't trust any of the owners. I don't trust any of the rich people or billionaires. None of them. Okay? And that's that. And that's that. And that's why I'm wearing glasses, dude. I am a part owner. And I suck. Don't trust me. All the owners suck. At least the new stadiums are nice. Meanwhile, we have a very imperfect venue. Yeah, no, Levi Stadium is kind of whack. I love that they're in the South Bay. That's only because I live 20 minutes from the stadium. Well, I live very close to the stadium too. I live in the South Bay, and I'm about, with no traffic, I'm like a 12-minute drive. But I still wanted the team in San Francisco. I think they belong there, you know. And obviously, I hate how hot Levi's is. It sucks. New stadiums are all generic domes. Some of them are, but some of the designs are really cool. SoFi Stadium is a cool design. Think John Ford is actually one of the wealthiest owners. He's not as rich as the Steinbrenners or whoever owns the Dodgers, but still, I don't know. I don't think he is. St. Louis is another one. As soon as they moved to LA, immediately became a powerhouse. They had way more money and people want to play there. You know? Angels tickets are like $2, but it's popular. I mean, look, Angels have a pretty good fan base. You kind of almost wouldn't expect them to, but I guess it is a large population to pull from. You got like all of Orange County. I had fun when I went. I would live in Santa Clara to be close to the stadium if I could afford it. Well, I get a pandemic deal like me. Just wait for another pandemic. We might have one. We might have one shortly. Just, you know. 25,000 subscribers, folks. 25,000 subscribers and I can barely get 300 views on a video. That's fine, you know. Who's counting, you know? Who's counting at this point? Hey, Hey, this is not cool, guys. Where's my stupid... Oh, there it is. Oh, I was gonna say too. That's what I forgot. Oh, there's two things. I was back to like the autographs and stuff. Like, I was about to buy an autograph ball on eBay last week. It was a Jose Canseco ball, and I'm not the biggest Jose Canseco fan, but if you guys watched the Reggie Jackson softball classic video, we got to sit there on the grass while he just raked. Right, he just hit bombs on softballs at the Coliseum. And so there's a ball that he signed, and he also wrote "Goodbye Coliseum" on it. So I was like, man, that's kind of cool. And it was a decent price. It wasn't very much. So I was like, man, that would be cool because I got to see him take his very last swings at the Coliseum, right? And I looked at I was like weighing it. I even asked Gamer Athletics if it was like, is this a decent buy or whatever? And I just read the description, and it said it was signed in September in like Nashville, Tennessee. And I was just like, because I was thinking maybe the ball was signed, at the Coliseum, like one of those last events. But he just signed it at some show in Nashville. And I was just like, it's like, what? I don't know. It was just weird, I'm just like, man, so he just, these people just got this ball and just immediately put it up for sale. Like, why do you even get the autograph? I don't know, dude. Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker passed away. Mr. Baseball. All right. Now, I first knew him when I was a kid. I was a weird kid. I watched Mr. Belvedere. Okay. And he was a character on the show, Mr. Belvedere. And that's how I knew him at first. So I didn't even know he was a baseball guy. And then he was in Major League and all that. And it was probably because of Major League, at some point I found out, like, oh, he's a broadcaster and a former player and all that. And I was like, oh, wow, I thought he was just an actor. And he was really one of the best personalities in sports. Like, he's one of those guys that just brings joy. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain people that just bring joy to what they do and to people and all that. And there's so many funny stories. He was so clever. He was so witty. And it's one of those things I just feel bummed out about because I never got to enjoy him very much. Like, he broadcasted for Milwaukee. So, I would hear him on highlights and stuff. That's about it. Baseball shows or like interviews or whatever. But like, I never got to just listen to him broadcast games really. And by the time you could do it on like MLB TV, or I had MLB TV, like, I don't even think he was broadcasting anymore. Because like the last few years of Vin Scully, when the Giants were playing the Dodgers, sometimes I would listen to the LA broadcast just to listen to Vin Scully because I knew the end was near. And then, when we would be in division races and stuff, I would watch Dodgers games, even if they weren't playing the Giants, just because I was, trying to, keep up to date and root for the other team, And a lot of that was because I wanted to listen to Vin Scully, because I loved Vin Scully. He's the only thing about the Dodgers I liked. And he grew up a Giants fan, though, so it makes sense, And, and Harry Carey was still broadcasting Cubs games when I was a kid, and we got WGN. WGN became a national channel, and I got to listen to him. I got to watch a lot of Braves games as well on TBS, but I don't really remember the broadcasters. But, I got to Kruk and Kipe, Vin Scully, Harry Carey. And Harry Carey, I don't know how many of the last years, he was not good anymore. He was old and crazy. And it was a joy to listen to. It was just wild. And, there's just certain broadcasters that are legendary. And Euchre is one that unfortunately I didn't get to experience very much, and that's just kind of a bummer, you know. I can't wait to go to Milwaukee and see his statue up in the last deck or last row. And what a loss! What a loss! You know, kind of like I said with Ryell, there's certain people that build culture and make things way more special than they need to be, really. I mean, you know, you don't really need that, but you don't need like a great commentator, PA person, but when you do have it, it makes it magical, it makes it special. So Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball, rest in peace. We lost so many baseball greats lately. Let's see, what were you guys talking about? I'll be honest, Cleveland, Chicago don't really need domes or happen to have in a stadium like Lambeau or pre-renovation Soldier Field. Well, the new Bills stadium is still going to be open. It's going to have covers, but it's going to be open. At least the Jets and Giants have New York. Have the New York has no room argument for playing in New Jersey. True. By the way, traffic around MetLife Stadium is horrible, game day or not. The mall next to it is cool. I've heard about the mall. I've never been there, though. I've been to New York, but I did not see MetLife. Hoping for another lockdown so I can get paid to get home again. Dude, I would love a lockdown, dude. I would love a couple months home. Oh. I know SF is just as densely populated as NYC, so it's very hard to find land for a stadium in the city. For sure. I mean, there is land, though. It just has to be repurposed. So that's why they were going to do like a Hunters Point waterfront stadium. There was plenty of room for that. So the issue was not land for the 49ers. The issue was that the 49ers wanted a lot of taxpayer money. And Gavin Newsom said, no, sir. I'm with you, right, guy. I love a weather game. Me too. Look at today's, but they just want venues that can hold more events to make more money. For sure. They want more luxury suites. They want year-round events. Yep, absolutely. Euchre passing was sad. I remember Andre the Giant choking him. He called Andre's hand a foot. Wonder if the NBA would ever consider playing an outdoors game. It likely wouldn't happen, but still. Didn't they play a game outside? Did they play a game on the aircraft carrier? Am I tripping? What sport was that? Thought it was the NBA. Someone played on an aircraft carrier. Vin Scully called Joe Montana's catch game. Yep, that's why I put that in. Actually, the very beginning of my Candlestick episode has Vin Scully, just because I loved him, and you know he's a big part of Candlestick. He called the catch. He also was there for all the Dodgers-Giants games. So that's one of the reasons Vin Scully is right there at the beginning of my Candlestick video. It was kind of on purpose to show that even with our rivals, you know, Candlestick was hallowed ground. Heard recently that Colin Cowherd, before being a sports analyst and talk show host, wanted to be play-by-play announcer until he heard Ken Korak and Bob Uecker. Really? Interesting. They've done it before. Search out NBA at Indian Wells. Play a preseason game at a tennis stadium. Shaq played in it. Why do I not remember that? Harry Carey likely called games while drunk. Oh, for sure. He was plastered. It was so fun to listen to. My all-time favorites have been Greg Papa, Ken Korak, Bill King, and Vin Scully. Yeah, that's a good list. Pat Summerall and John Madden were the GOATs. Calling football, watching highlights from the 90s, hearing them is awesome. Yeah, no, Bay Area Aviation, absolutely. My favorites is, I mean, Krug and Kipe, John Miller. Like the Giants, we have it so good, and there's just this darkness I know that's coming when they're all gone, and we're not going to be able to replace them, and it's going to suck for a long time. That's all I know. Krug and Kipe, John Miller, best of the best. Dave Fleming's fine, but you know he's sitting next to legends, so it's hard. I loved Vin Scully. And for football, it's Pat Summerall and John Madden for me as well. That was the voice of my youth. All the big games were them. And then I would say Al Michaels. And if you're younger, you might just know the Al Michaels of today who doesn't seem to care. But in the 90s and before that, Al Michaels was awesome. It was Al Michaels, Dan Deerdorf. Those years were great. Yeah, and when I was baseball, like Lon Simmons when I was really young, but I didn't get to listen to him too much. But he had a great voice as well. Yeah, Greg Papa grew on me. I didn't dislike him, but I just didn't really think about him, I guess. But you know what? It's really like the YouTube highlights. When they put out YouTube highlights and they'll put his call over it, I want to say in the last 5 to 10 years, it's really made me appreciate Greg Papa more. And of course, now he's doing Niners games. So, that's been awesome. I think the aircraft carrier was college basketball. Okay. Lockdowns honestly sucked for school. Yeah, I was in school, so I loved being at home. It's been multiple D1 basketball games played on aircraft carriers. That's what I think you're talking about. Yeah, I guess it was. Kuiper's brother was an idiot. Yeah, he said something dumb, but I mean, it was a mistake, I think. I don't even remember what he said, but Kruk and Kuip, it's hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat. But yeah, Pat Summerall and John Madden, as soon as I hear their voice, I'm a kid again. That's another reason I put them right at the front of the Candlestick video as well. It's Vin Scully and then it's them. Or it's just Pat Summerall. Pat Summerall, introducing a game. And I think I said it in the video, but John Madden's first game commentating was at Candlestick, which is pretty cool. The N-word, I know he didn't mean it, but that's inexcusable. No, yeah, it was terrible, but I don't think he meant to do it. Ted Robinson. I don't remember Ted Robinson. Greg Papa and Tim Ryan do the 49ers radio so well. They'll hype me up big time when listening to the game. Yeah, I love watching the clips of Greg Papa with his binoculars, and he's screaming, watching the play with the binoculars. It's hilarious. Yeah. And for basketball, my favorite was always Marv Albert. Marv Albert and Bill Walton when I was a kid were an awesome voices to watch basketball. Why did I just forget his name? Jim Barnett. Jeez, I was like, that is another voice. As soon as I hear his voice, I'm a kid and I'm watching Chris Webber as a rookie on the Warriors. You know what I mean? But he definitely got really cranky in his last few years. I still think he should be announcing. I think Fitz and Kalena are a little too... They're a little too, eager. They just sound too excited. Oh! And it's just like, all right, relax, Relax, dude, they seem like nice guys, though. I don't hate them. And as cranky as Jim Barnett was, I kind of wish I could hear him more because I don't listen to the radio. So I know he's still on the radio. But there was one time I remember that was funny, Kruk and Kuip, when they'll talk about the Warriors or Steph Curry, and they'll be excited. They'll be like, oh yeah, Steph is amazing, blah, blah, blah. Or you talk about the 49ers, they'll be excited. You talk about other stuff, they're excited, And I remember one time, who was it that was, I forgot who broadcasted those last few years with Jim Barnett. Dang it, what was his name? Anyway, he brought up, they were talking about some Giants thing. I think this might have been 2014 or 2016 when the Giants were in the playoffs. And they brought up the Giants or whatever, and Jim Barnett just seems so irritated to have to talk about another sport or anything else. He just wanted to get back to the basketball. Was it Fitz? So yeah, he was like so annoyed. And he just, Jim Barnett, the last, like, I want to say 6 to 8 years, just seems so cranky. So cranky. But hearing his voice instantly brings me back to being a kid. Same with Pat Summerall and John Madden. Same with Al Michaels, Dan Deerdorf. I really, yeah, those are my favorites. And Vin Scully, I didn't really listen to him as a kid. I only listened to him as an adult. Like listening to whole games. So I don't have that same nostalgia, but it feels like it feels special when you hear Vin Scully. It just feels like you're listening to baseball royalty and baseball history. What do I think about Tom Brady? I've actually really liked him. It's making me like him a lot more, which is funny. But I think he's been doing really good. I appreciate him. I was afraid he was going to make everything kind of about himself, but he hasn't. And he's actually done a really good job at like giving people flowers too. Because I was afraid he was going to, because he's so competitive, I was afraid he was going to be like kind of arrogant, but he's not. He's great, I think. And I feel like he does a little bit of like what Romo was doing at first, where he's like breaking things down, but he doesn't go overboard. So it's totally listenable. And I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know what the consensus is. I've really enjoyed Tom Brady. And I've really enjoyed like Joe Buck and Aikman more than I ever did. I was really actually happy that they were calling out the refs. The Chiefs and Texans game. And, Aikman, I love to hate him. I love to root against him my whole childhood. But as a broadcaster, I like the guy. Oh, and that hurts to say. Madden's first Super Bowl is the Niners versus Bengals. Yeah, Jim Barnett was purely b-ball. You can't beat Marv Albert. Only just got in the NBA when he was finishing up his career. Oh, yeah, and you shot simple. You would have heard him when he was losing his mind too, and he was like, he would mix up players' names and stuff. You didn't even get to hear like prime Marv. But what's his name? The other guy who does all the games. He sounds just like Marv Albert, so I like him too. But yeah, Marv Albert, Bill Walton, back on like NBA on NBC. In the 90s, dude. Oh. Dude, you pull that up, dude. And we watch Hakeem Olajuwon take on David Robinson or something, and you got Marv Albert and Bill Walton. Oh my God. Doesn't get much better. Don't get me started with Fitz. He's so negative. Really can't stand listening to him. I almost prefer to listen to the other teams. If Fitz is just too overly like excited, and I don't know why they do that. Funny, I've never hated Tom Brady during the past dominance, but I can't stand Mahomes. I hated Brady, but it was like a respectful hate. Old Joe Buck was not great, but growing up in the 2010s, always remember calling Giants World Series. Yeah, Joe Buck gets a bad rap, but Joe Buck got so much better. His front iron line does make me giggle. I like Mark Jackson and Van Gundy. Oh, really? I can't stand them. They're my least favorite. That's funny. They're like literally my least favorite. I feel like Van Gundy just complains, and Mark Jackson, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just feel like he just is bitter about the Warriors, and obviously mostly when I listen to him, it's when the Warriors are playing, and I just feel like he's bitter and he just like hates on them sometimes. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But Van Gundy complains too much for me. He's always complaining. But sometimes the complaints are totally valid, and I'm glad he said it, sort of like Aikman with the refs. Sometimes Van Gundy will call things out that I do appreciate, but then it's just like he's always complaining. It's like, oh my God, dude, I get it. Joe Buck does have an iconic voice. Yeah, Joe Buck had a lot of great moments for those Giants runs, so that definitely made him grow on me, you know what I mean? All right, what else? What else is going on? Anything else before I get out of here? I think Brady started out rough. Yeah, I think he did too. Greg Olson is still better in my ad. Greg Olson was all right. Whoa, did this just stop and restart? I don't know what happened. But anyways, yeah, Brady did start out rough. And Greg Olson was okay. I didn't mind him. Brian Anderson does NBA and MLB. He just makes the game so much smoother to watch. I know the name. I can't think of his voice. Can't think of his voice at all. Remember listening to Harry Carey call Phillies games while I was preparing food in the chow hall in Afghanistan, circa 2002. Goodness gracious, dude. You were in Afghanistan in 2002? That's hardcore. I mean, even making food, dude. Just being there in 2002 is hardcore. I skipped a second. Yeah, my phone all of a sudden said, "You're live." And I was like, yeah, I didn't do anything. So I think maybe the connection stopped. But we're good now. But dude, Stumpo. That's wild, dude. Are you still a cook? That's what I want to know. The Bonds family, folks. I got a lot of other cool stuff I'm going to show you guys in the coming weeks. We're going to have, we're going to have show and tell all the time. Okay. I've been planning out little sections of my new display. I've already told you guys I'm doing a Barry Bonds like shadow box. I'm doing a Willie Mays shadow box, and then I'm doing like an Oakland Coliseum one. I'm going to do a little Astrodome section because I got some cool Astrodome artifacts. And if you know anything about me, you know that as big of a stadium nerd as I am, the Astrodome is just one of those ones that just, it's got me. And if you're a member of the channel or a member of the Patreon, you would have seen I did a members only video where I went to the Astrodome. I scouted it out. I watched the security. I droned it and followed the security with my drone. Didn't see a reasonable way that I could get in there. So I've still never been inside the Astrodome. I've been outside of it. I've droned it. Never been inside. But there's plans for them to renovate it and stuff. And all. There's always plans coming up. So I think one day I'll be able to get in there. One day I'll be able to get in. And I will be a happy camper. But for now, it's a white whale that I'm chasing. And I purposely drove. I drove from San Antonio to Houston just to try to get into the Astrodome. And that was a couple months after the Arco Arena video came out. So I was really hoping I could get into the Astrodome. And that would be like the follow-up to Arco Arena. That could have blown my channel up. That could have blown my channel up if I did back-to-back Arco, Alamo Dome, Abandoned. But alas, they have a lot of security. A whole lot. The problem is, so Arco Arena, it was sitting by itself in Natomas, right? It was just sitting by itself, nothing touching it, all alone, right? All alone. But the Alamo Dome is parked right smack dab next to NRG Stadium where the Houston Texans play, where they have the rodeo still, constant events, right? It's a newer stadium. So because it's on the same piece of land, you still got all the infrastructure of a current modern stadium, which includes a lot of security and checkpoints and probably cameras that work. So that's a bummer. I wish they would have built NRG a little further away. But I hold out hope that one day I will get into the Astrodome and I will be able to do a full history video of it, because there's just something about it. You know, there's just something about it. It was the first dome. It was the first air-conditioned stadium. It just, the sunset seats, right? Multicolored seats. Nolan Ryan pitching no-hitters. Like you just said, Will Clark, first home run. Selena performed there, one of her biggest, most famous performances. The Houston Oilers, all the history of the Houston Oilers there. Like, man, there's just something about that place that just gets me. It's just so ugly. It's just a round, ugly. And it used to have spiral ramps, sort of like Qualcomm had, Jack Murphy had. But they tore those down like more recently than it closed. Maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I want to say. Maybe a little longer than that, but more recent than when it shut down. So it used to have those ramps, which are gone now. So now it's just a big circular building. Ugly as sin, dude. Ugly building. But man, do I love it. So yeah, I got a bunch of Astrodome stuff I'm going to show you guys once I start getting everything together. You know who I couldn't deal with watching 82 games of is the Hornets commentator. Homie sounds like Flanders over there. I don't think I've ever heard him. It's not Del Curry, is it? Doesn't Del Curry call games? But yeah, the Astrodome stuff. I'm going to put all my bobbleheads in there. I got some of the McFarlane figures. And I'm going to put some Disneyland stuff in there too. You know? I said literally my display case is sitting here in a box, taking up half my living room because I don't have the time or space to put it together yet. I got to go clean my storage out and clean some space so I can. But I think the ants are gone, folks. I think the ants are gone. But look, I'm a serious man, okay? I was part of the first couple groups of Marines to deploy there. I cook as a hobby still, but I left the Marines in 2004, but I rejoined on the reserve side in 2010 and did communication stuff. Are you still active, reserves? Man. Yeah, I mean, like I said, even as a cook, dude, being in Afghanistan in 02 to 04, that's hardcore, dude. That's hardcore. I hope everything's going well for you. If you join the reserves, I want to say it probably is. Hopefully. It's the play-by-play caller sits next to Dell. Okay. Now, I don't think I've ever heard him. That sounds funny, though. Wonder if Dell can't stand him. Any last thoughts? Any last things I want to show you guys? I got some of my shadow boxers. What else? What else is going on? I don't know, dude. You know, I don't know. I'm just a guy that's angry because his computer died, you know? I still need an editor for TikToks and Reels now that TikTok's back. If anyone out there knows any editors, I got a bunch of cool stuff I'm working on, little side projects that I will trickle information out as we go. And next week, I got some other stuff, you know, to talk to you guys about that. Like I said, I didn't want to do it today since I don't have my computer. Hopefully tomorrow I get this hard drive and I fix my computer and we're back to the normal operating procedures. Yes, thanks for your service, Stumpo. We appreciate it. WWE video will be out as soon as I can get my computer going and finish it. It's almost done. And then I got, like I said, 3 Disneyland videos. I got 3 Disneyland videos that I'm trying to get out right after that. And I will try to do a video at Ricky Henderson's Celebration of Life. You know, obviously, I need to be as respectful as possible. I want to be as respectful as possible, but I also want to document it. So, got to make sure that I can do that. And Cow Palace, I know, like I've said, man, I've reached out to them. I'm trying, man. I already have I already have the Cow Palace video in my head. I have it in my head. I know what I'm going to say. I know how it starts. I know the opening shot. I want to do it so bad. Now, look, like I said, if there's an event I can go to there and just do the video while the event's going on, that might work. I looked at their calendar actually like 3 days ago, and there wasn't that many events. I think the rodeo's a little too crazy and hectic. I don't know if that might be hard to do. I think I might have told you guys this too, but back like pre-pandemic, I had that idea. I was like, let me just get a ticket to any event at the Cow Palace to get in there to film. And the only events on the calendar was gymnastics, right? It was like big gymnastics meets. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be the weirdo going into the gymnastics meet by myself with a camera. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So, I don't know. Look, I want the Cow Palace video just as you do. I want to do it so bad. And I looked at the website, I looked at the calendar, and I looked at the current staff on their website. And I'm pretty sure the guy I talked to before, that I had his email, we were emailing each other. I'm pretty sure he's still there. He was on the website anyways. So I was thinking about reaching back out to him or even one of the other people on the website and sending them like a link to my candlestick video to be like, hey, look, this is the kind of video I want to do. I want to show love and cement this history and get people to look at the Cow Palace in a different light and appreciate it more. Because, you know, most people go to the Cow Palace and it's just this old dump. Just this old arena dump. But as I said before, when I go to these places, I feel the ghosts that are still there. The notable people, the famous people, the great people, the legendary people, the iconic people, but also everybody that went, the families that went, you know, the kids that went, and you know, because I was one of those kids. I went to the Cow Palace, and I gotta tell you, man, like, this is one thing that I'm glad I never lost. Everything I did as a kid was significant to me, and I thought it was special. And then I would meet kids who were way more privileged and got to do even more amazing things. I'm just like, oh, wow. Like, so you don't even care about my little experience because you got to do something way better or whatever. That was the vibe, you know? And I was just like, I'm so glad that I appreciate all the memories I have. And, you know, I saw Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus at the Cow Palace before, you know, all the circuses shut down. And Gunther Gable Williams was on like his farewell tour. He was a circus act. And I had like the program. I should find it. It's at my mom's house. I should find it to show you guys. But I had the program and I used to look at it all the time for years after that. I would look at it. And it was one of those stories I would tell people, like, I went to the circus and saw Gunther Gable Williams last tour. They didn't care. But to me, it was like, can you believe it? Right? And some of it was notable. I got to go to a NASCAR race, see Richard Petty's last season, you know. So some people may find that special. But, like, to me, it was like, how lucky am I? Isn't this amazing that I got to do this? That I got to go to the Disney Ice-capades? And it's like, well, everybody goes there. They don't care. Oh, yeah, we went to the Ice-capades. But to me, it was like, no, but it's the Ice-capades. And I went to the Disney That made me cough. Need some peace tea. Save me. The way I did that voice tickled my throat. But yeah, it was always, all those things are super special to me, and I'm so glad I never got jaded where it doesn't matter to me. You know, I did the video at San Diego Sports Arena, which is an old, tiny arena. Most people just drive by it and think it looks like a hunk of junk, you know? But to me, I walk in there, I'm like, can you believe it? Can you believe we're here? And I'm so thankful I have that. I'm so thankful. I never want to be the jaded person that's too cool to enjoy things. Nah, dude. I'm gonna be smiling and giggling, dude. I'm gonna be smiling and giggling. All right? And that's just that, dude. And I'm wearing my sunglasses, so you know I'm serious. Left in 2018. Being a cook actually was pretty stressful because you got hundreds of hungry Marines to feed. Yeah, I can imagine, man. But other than that, it was a pretty good time in the barracks. I like to say the only harm I faced was getting burned by the fryer, which I did many times. I like to call them my battle scars. Eddie Guerrero won the WWE Championship versus Brock Lesnar at the Cow Palace in 2004. I gotta watch that. I went to WCW Super Brawl 2000 at the Cow Palace. First ever music concert was at the Cow Palace, Metallica, 92. I think you had told me that before, man. That's crazy. I watched The Lion King and The Mask at the Cow Palace drive-in. I don't remember they had a drive-in. That's crazy. Didn't the Celtics trade the Ice Capades for Bill Russell? Something like that. Didn't Kyle Korver get traded for a copying machine? Something like that. That's how I feel about a lot of stuff I attend, especially with the only Niner playoff game I went to so far 2 years ago. Don't lose that, man. Don't ever lose that. Like, I've probably told this story a whole bunch of times, but I remember when this hit me. There's two moments. I'd go to a ton of Giants games. Every time I walk in to the ballpark, to this day, if I was going to Oracle Park tomorrow, if I went today, when I walk into Oracle Park, I'm a little kid. I can't believe it. I'm looking at the field like, oh, there it is. I've been on the field. I took batting practice on the field. I've picnicked on the field. I've been to that ballpark countless times. But every time I walk in, I'm still a little kid. And I can't believe that I'm there every time. It's a spectacle. It's amazing to me every time. And I've noticed, I noticed types of people, which is kind of what I was saying about selfish people earlier. I noticed types of people, and there's certain types of people, especially like season ticket holders, that get too used to it. Now they still enjoy it, they have fun, they like it. Obviously, they're season ticket holders, but it always rubbed me the wrong way. Like one time I was sitting around a bunch of season ticket holders one game. There was one like older couple, they had the scorecard, they're keeping score, which I always think is super cool. I don't have the patience for it, but I really like seeing people doing that at games. And there was a couple other season ticket holders. They were all nice people, but they all had this like, I don't know if I'd call it entitlement, but it's just like, yeah, we're here all the time. We're season ticket holders. You know, yeah, these are our seats. We know all the people sitting around here. Yeah, you know. I'm like, man, strike me down if I ever get that way. And look, it's not a bad thing. They weren't rude. They weren't negative. They weren't, it wasn't a bad thing. It's just not how I want to live. I want to be filled with wonder and curiosity as much as possible. As much as possible. And I was like, man, you guys are so lucky to be season ticket holders. So lucky, man. And it's just how it is. It's just how it is. You're just used to it. And I'm like, man, I never want to lose my sense of wonder. And the other thing was, I was on a very long journey to find happiness. And for a long time, after some certain situations in my life, sports really became, going to sporting events really became my escape. And I started going to way more games than I ever had. Like most of my life, most seasons, I might go to a couple games a season, because to me it was so far out of reach. it was always this thing like, I'm not like a season ticket holder. I'll never be a season ticket holder. I'll never be able to afford to go to games all the time. It's a hassle. You got to pay for parking. You got to get there, all this. So I only go to games a few times a year for whatever sport. But then it came to a point where trying to find my happiness, I started going to games all the time. I mean, I would go to 3-4 Giants games a week if they were on a homestand, you know? And I was just there all the time, and it really became like an escape for me where I could just go to a ball game, shut off my brain, and just enjoy it. And as part of like trying to find my happiness, I started to try to appreciate things I see more. So I would see the Golden Gate Bridge all the time, right? And some people that live in the Bay Area or San Francisco, they'll see the Golden Gate Bridge or the Bay Bridge, whatever, all the time, and it's like no big deal. And I was like, I don't want to be that person. So I make it a point, still to this day, I told myself, this is probably 10 years ago. Probably about 10 years ago. Maybe a little less. But I told myself, never lose the wonder, never lose the appreciation of the amazing things you get to do and you get to experience and you get to see. So to this day, anytime I see the Golden Gate Bridge, anytime I'm near there, anytime I'm in the city, anytime the Golden Gate Bridge pops up over a building for a second, I will take a moment to look at it and appreciate it. And just think like, that's pretty cool. And I've never stopped doing that. I will never see the Golden Gate Bridge without taking at least a second. If you're with me, you might not even notice I did it. But I will take a second to look at the Golden Gate Bridge or even the Sutro Tower. I'll do it with the Sutro Tower. I will look at it and just appreciate that that's a landmark of a beautiful city that some people never get to visit. And I get to be there all the time. And the Golden Gate Bridge is something that literally people will have pictures of because it's a place they want to see their whole life and they never get to. Like San Francisco is one of the top tourist destinations in the world the last 50 years. And I'm lucky enough to see it all the time. So I will never lose that wonder, that curiosity, that appreciation for the cool things I get to see and do. And yeah, so all of my memories at the Cow Palace, they mean the world to me. Even if someone doesn't care that they didn't see the Disney ice-capades. And I don't like people that act too cool for things. Like they're too cool to enjoy things. And that's why you take me... Like I went to the Harlem Globetrotters with my brother a few years ago. We did a video, right? I enjoy the heck out of it. I don't care how corny. I don't care if I look stupid, if people are judging me. I'm going to have fun. And that's because I spent so many years being bitter and tough and closed off and just mugging people. I spent so many years being that guy. I'm not tough anymore. I'm a sweetie pie, dude. I'm a sweetie pie, and I appreciate things and I enjoy things. And I'm still very negative. It's not something you can just flip off. I can be very negative, very depressing. I can be that, but I will fight it at every turn because when I show up, I want people to see me and be happy to see me. Not like, oh, here he comes. I want people to see me and be like, oh, things just got better. Right? And I fail. Ask Gabriel. Right? Him and his friends and family see me come in and like, oh God, here we go. Right? But that's fine. That's how I feel a lot of stuff I attend. Season ticket holders I met at Phillies games have the same demeanor that regulars at diners I go to have. By the way, they got those out west where you are. Diners? We have diners, if that's what you're asking. But no, that's kind of what I'm saying, Stumpo. I never... Look, and again, they appreciate the game and they have fun in their own ways. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying I don't want to be that person. I want to walk into every ballpark I'm lucky enough to go to with the biggest smile on my face. I am not too cool to enjoy things. I'm not too cool to act excited. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. You know those friends? How many of you have? I had a lot of friends like this, where there'd be like a really beautiful girl, and they'd be like trying to act too cool, like, she's all right, you know, she ain't all that. I was probably like that at some point. Now I'll be like, oh my God, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Look at her. I'm not too cool. I want to bring joy and happiness and childlike wonder everywhere I go, because we're so lucky to be alive. We're so lucky to be able to do the things that we get to do. And not everyone gets to be in my position and do things. Because I always used to look at it like, man, all these privileged kids get to do all this cool stuff. And it made me not appreciate the cool stuff I got to do, because there's so many more people that didn't even get to do the things I got to do. Which I've told you about. I got to do a Giants camp with Royce Clayton and Darren Lewis, dude. That was my shortstop, my center fielder. And I got to do a summer camp with them. How lucky am I? Incredibly lucky. And, you know, I don't know if I'll show it. This is a tattoo for my sister that passed away. She passed away when we were kids. She didn't get to do all the things she wanted to do. So who am I to complain or to not appreciate things? Who am I? Nobody. No, I do not get to complain or not appreciate things. If you ever see me at a game or a museum, I don't care what it is, you ever see me and I look miserable, you have permission to come up and slap me across the face. All right? And you can play this in court when I sue you. I will never stop appreciating things, because my sister and other people in this world that were just as deserving, if not more than me, never got to do those things. He's for the people, folks. Okay? And that's why I started my channel. That is literally the reason I started my channel. Because I knew people I grew up with, people I knew, did not have the opportunities I had, or that other kids that we were all jealous of had. So I wanted to say, well, you know what? If I start doing cool things, if I start exploring things, learning things, experiencing things, I want to document it so that other people can watch it. And yeah, it's not as good as doing it yourself, but at least you get to hang out with me on YouTube for a little bit. And you're all my friends. It's inclusive, dude. I don't care where you're from, your walk of life. If you're a decent person, that's all I care about. If you're a decent person, hang out with me. We're friends. Come on these journeys with me. Go to all the games, go to historical places, whatever. That is why I do what I do. That is how it all started. So look, I love the Cow Palace. That's I kind of wish San Fran was still more of a blue-collar, gritty port town. I do too. I forgot, is it possible to go to the top of the spires of the Golden Gate Bridge? You can go up. You're not allowed to. You have to be invited. But I know someone who got to go, and they showed me pictures, and I was jealous. That's a bucket list thing. If I could ever go to the top of the Golden Gate Bridge, it's one of those things I thought, man, I hope one day my channel gets big enough where like someone that works for, you know, whoever maintains the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know if it's the National Park Service or I don't know who it is, but maybe someone will see my videos and be like, hey, would you want to go up? I'm that way too. It's very hard to find the positives in life. I wouldn't say I'm bitter and grim, but it's a struggle. I've been very, very bitter and negative most of my life. I lived in LA for 13 years. I really enjoyed living there. But with that said, SF is a special place. You feel the vibe of the city as soon as you take a step in the city. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I love San Francisco, but I love LA too. LA has its vibe, which is awesome. I love LA. But here's the thing, man. With this mindset, I have created for myself when it comes to this kind of stuff, there isn't a place I've been that I don't like. Literally. I've been to terrible little towns. I've been to terrible little towns in Texas and stuff. Loved it. I love everywhere, dude. You send me to Dayton, Ohio right now, I'll be over the moon. I'll be like, Dayton? I've never been to Dayton. Let's go. I'm going to pack right now. There's not a place I don't like. But that said, SF is special. I think LA is special too. I love LA. And it's like all the things people say about LA that's bad is easily avoidable. So, you know. Just feeling bad about your situation and or yourself is one of the most harmful things you can do. It's one of the greatest lessons I've learned throughout my life. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, like, I think a lot of people who say that, though, sometimes they go too far. And it's like, I don't think you shouldn't feel bad or dwell too much. But it's also important to validate your own feelings and work through it and analyze it. So I don't think it's good to just be like, close off, like, nope, don't feel bad, blah, blah, blah. Right? Nope. Keep moving on. Like you say, I think you should take a moment to reflect and learn from it and analyze it and see how you can use it as a lesson, if anything. But then move on. Don't feel bad about yourself. Move on. But there's a lesson in everything, I think. But I'm just some jamoke with a YouTube channel, you know, with a broken computer and a peace tea, though. I do have a peace tea, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description if any of the fine folks at Peace Tea are watching. It's so good. All right. I love you guys. Have a great week if you can. Tomorrow's MLK Day. Okay? So thank you, Dr. King, for bettering our society, for all the lessons you gave us, for ultimately sacrificing yourself for a greater good and a greater cause. Dr. King, man, could you imagine making that kind of impact? You know, I wish I could. That is what I will be focusing on tomorrow. And hopefully WWE video in the next couple days, and then a couple Disneyland videos, and then I have some history stuff, finally. It's been a while. Well, I did the Mount Um and Hum, right? But if you like this kind of stuff, the rambling stuff that I talk about, the collectibles, whatever, please think about joining the Discord. You know, we have some fun conversations over there. I share history I find. We share collectibles. Bay Area Throwbacks is in there showing. Oh, look, he just showed up. He's showing his bobbleheads and whatnot. Join the Discord, man. It's a fun time, and we're trying to get it better. I really want it to be a place where people like me who are curious, people who are creatives, we can share ideas and updates on things. I'm trying to cultivate it. I'm trying to cultivate it into a really good space. For people who enjoy sports history, collectibles, all the things we always talk about on here. I want it to be a space for all of that to come together and build a legit community. Because like I said, I know I'm never going to blow up. This channel is never going to be huge, but we can have a quality community of kind of like-minded people who, like I said, don't want to lose that wonder and want to remain curious about the world and about life. I'm going to have some good pickups to show off this upcoming week. Oh, look at them. Look at them. But I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'm still angry, but I'm not dropping out of the race, dude. I'm a very, very serious man. I mean, we're talking collectibles here. Everyone, Be safe. Take care of your families. Appreciate your loved ones. I thank you so much for 25,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. And yeah, I appreciate you guys.